Love you, Brittany. So, first and foremost, guys, I am a huge Britney fan. I have seen Britney Spears live. Um, I was so lucky enough to actually see her on her Femme Fatale tour. And to this day, guys, Britney Spears has been one of my favorite musicians, singers, artists, songwriters, producers on this planet. I have been a Britney fan for a very, very long time. If anybody knows me, they know that. And so, guys, excuse my unbeaten face right now. It's been a kind of crazy, weird day. The energy today on the 18th of September has been really kind of melancholy, not really, very positive, but I'm trying my best, guys, to kind of get through the day. So, this video is about freeing Britney, okay? So for those who don't know, my name is Simone. I do a lot of celebrity readings on my channel. And I have done a reading on Britney Spears, okay? And what was so shocking to me was that I did that reading like a couple months ago. And in that reading, what I found was that there was a lot of, energy around Britney Spears' father, okay? And I also picked up a lot of energy about, sexual assault, and her being a young child and possibly, okay, allegedly being sexually assaulted. Now, as you guys know, as you Britney Spears fellow fans know, there has been a lot of stories about apparently, Britney Spears' father, putting his hands, I think, or something in regards to abusing her sons or one of her sons, whether it was through, I think, like verbal abuse, or I think he put his hands on his shoulders, something like that. I did not read the whole story, guys, because, those kind of stories make my heart break. I don't want to read stories like that, but I was alerted of the information that, Kevin Federline apparently filed something against Britney Spears' father. So, guys, yeah, out of nowhere, people who were covering this conservatorship case have been dropping dead like flies, honey. I believe there was a doctor or somebody that was up on the case for Britney, or whether it was for Britney or against Britney, there was somebody who was involved who I believe was a doctor and just died in August, like late August. So, things have been getting kind of crazy, for Britney Spears. And it's really crazy, guys, because I've read for a lot of celebrities. I've read on the royal couple, I've read on Kim Kardashian, and Britney Spears was just one of those celebrities that I was able to read for and pull cards for, that her energy was different. Britney Spears' energy was like the energy of a child, like the energy of a young girl. And so ever since that reading, and then hearing all these things about, um, just how abusive and how crazy, all this has been for Britney. I mean, poor Britney, like, regardless if someone was trying to help her or not, it seems that, Britney's father's intentions are not all the way pure. Now, I'm not stating that as factual, right? But it just seems to be the case, guys, that a lot of people that have been swept up into this whole conservatorship are apparently are just not as pure as we would all hope. I would hope that if Britney had to go anywhere for any kind of treatment, that they would be doing right by her, and that they would not be holding her anywhere against her will. Now, if they're claiming that she's not mentally in the right frame of mind, I mean that it can get really messy, because of course, if Britney is on the edge of self-harm, or abusing some kind of substance or drug, yeah, of course, I'm gonna be honest, guys, as a Britney Spears fan, and you know I feel like saying this on camera, if anything tragic was to happen to Britney, I'd be heartbroken, because, the writing right now, guys, is on the wall. And I think that every true Britney Spears fan is not concerned about, her next album, her next single. I mean, I would love for Britney to get the credibility and the accolades and, you know, the awards and everything that she deserves, and it come back out here like she did back in the 2000s, and be that, perfect just pop icon. But times have changed, and Britney's life has changed. She has kids now, she has a lot of things, honestly, a lot of demons I feel that she's had to battle, like Britney was a prime example of, an American dream. She was in the Mickey Mouse Disney Club. She grew up around Justin Timberlake, Christina Aguilera. Britney Spears, if you guys actually research, her upbringing, Britney Spears did not come from a lot of money, guys. She worked her ass off. She was on, I believe, a talent show even before the Mickey Mouse Club. When she was super, super young, she did gymnastics, she did dancing. Britney is like an all-American girl. That's who Britney is inside. And when I was able to read for her, that's the energy that I got from Britney. I didn't get this glamorized, over-sexualized person. When I read for Britney, the energy that I got from Britney Spears was that she is just hurt. She has a lot of healing to do, and I think that now that she's at an age where, it's a pivotal point in her life, either to get married or to go on tour or to have a comeback. Like, this is the age for, I feel, a lot of pop stars where, they can do anything. They could do movies, they could want to settle down, can travel. The world is their oyster. And, I think it's just a damn shame that Britney has worked so hard for everything she has and more. She provides for her family, she pays staff, all these things. Her parents, for example, her father, who has been, having her in a chokehold, basically. She's not even able to enjoy that money. All the money that Britney has even made. I mean, how sad is it to think that, all those tours, especially I went to her Femme Fatale tour. I saw the Femme Fatale tour. And she's just even more prettier in person. And she's just a very sweet soul. And I really enjoyed the concert. That's another video for another day. I don't want to get too much into that because I'll get off topic. But, how sad is it to think that all these albums, Glory, all the tours, all that money was basically just being stashed somewhere. And you know what, guys? I don't want to go on a conspiracy bender here. I don't want to go on a conspiracy bender, but there's a lot of crazy things going on. I mean, for example, Britney Spears, her music video, okay, her music video called Break the Ice. Apparently in her music video called Break the Ice, there was a couple scenes in that music video of her being in a cloning center. Okay, basically, they're claiming that in that music video she was talking about mind control and cloning centers, and how, this whole thing with, these secret societies and how they clone people. It's a long story, right? So there's been a lot of, things coming out about just how Britney was really, groomed into this industry. And, I just think that she needs her freedom. I don't, she needs her freedom. She deserves her freedom. She's worked for her money. It's her damn money. It's her voice that's made the money. And her body, who's been on stage and a bunch of concerts and everything else, interviews, book deals, signings. Like Britney was that girl. I don't care what anyone says, like, especially the early 2000s, Britney Spears will forever be one of the greats. I mean, not many people, guys, have had live duets with the King of Pop, Michael Jackson, okay? Regardless of all the allegations and all the crazy crap behind Michael Jackson, Britney Spears was able to sing live with Michael Jackson at his 20th one of his anniversaries, okay? He had that kind of whole special on Channel 7. Remember that back in the day? So Britney has really, she's an icon. Britney is one of the greats. Whether you think she's tacky or not, or, her voice is fake or not, it doesn't really matter. Britney is, everybody knows Britney Spears. Period. Slave for You, Toxic, Baby One More Time, the list goes on, right? So yeah, I feel like Britney deserves her freedom. But the one thing I will say that I think that I haven't really heard a lot of people say openly, that I will be able to take the bullet here and say, not the bullet like literally a bullet, but the goblet, okay, the goblet, because words are powerful, right? I will say the goblet and say on camera is that, the only fear that I do have is that if people that are, dealing with this whole conservatorship thing and all this stuff, my only true problem with that is that, there's a lot of people that are sticky and grimy and don't have Britney's good intention at heart. But at the same time, on the other side of the coin, it's like, Britney probably does need that help. If she actually does need medical assistance and she does need, higher care, higher supervision, not with those people, with an actual medical facility or a rehab center, whatever the heck it is, right? I want her to get that help, but not under the nose of the so-called gray men in suits, right? Not under those people's kind of control. So, my only fear, and my fear that I've always had, and I'll say it proudly, is that, you know, you're gonna be giving Britney like, if you give Britney everything in one go, because there was a lot of and I hate to bring up allegations, especially with somebody who I absolutely adore, but guys, there was so many allegations about Britney Spears shaving off her hair, right? To not have any traces of drugs. Now, to this day, guys, to this day, we don't know if it's true or not. We don't know. But a lot of people who are like, against Britney and are not really for Britney, as Britney Spears claims in her own words, Sam Lufty, all these people who she's not really, she doesn't trust, right? These are people in her team, or that were once in her team, that Britney Spears did not trust, right? They claim that when Britney had that meltdown, that she did drugs, that she was, not in a good state of mind. Now, just because someone shaves off their hair doesn't mean that they're trying to cover up drugs. Doesn't mean that someone's trying to, hide something. It could just be that Britney Spears just wanted to just be a little bit, free and funky with it. And I don't judge anybody. So I don't want to ever say that yes, Britney was on drugs. We don't know that, but the problem, guys, is that all the way back from her meltdown, we still don't know what the truth is. Britney's never did a tell-all book about this. No one's really fully disclosed if she was on any kind of substance, or what, abused anything. We have no idea. That's the truth. Britney Spears fans, we have no idea, the nitty-gritty details of how Britney really was leading up to that huge, dark period in her life. We don't know. Yes, Kevin, the marriage was a part of it. Yes, Britney's team was a part of it, and all the pressure she was facing. But we don't know, like, the thoughts in her mind. We don't know what led up to that, right? So all I'm trying to say is that if even though Britney hates those people, even though Britney does not trust those people who are trying to intimidate her, because I remember seeing a TMZ story with them saying how, Britney, refused to be in a courtroom or something like that with one of the managers or somebody, because he claimed that she was on, I think it was crystal meth, that she abused things, and that when they went to Britney's house when she had the kids, before they took the kids away, right? They claimed that Britney was on drugs. Now, we don't know if it's true. Now, you guys in the comments can tell me what you think, based off of the footage you guys saw of her shaving her hair and stuff like that, and, all the craziness that felt, the hospital ambulance, you guys can be the judge if you think that Britney was on drugs or not. If you think that Britney was abusing anything. I have personally never put my 2 cents really on it. All I've ever seen with that whole meltdown thing is, she was troubled. She was not happy. She was obviously not in a good state, and she needed to get relief. That's all I've ever said to as a Britney Spears fan. That's the only thing that I've ever said to myself, is that Britney needs relief. When I saw her shave her hair, when I saw her in the ambulance, I said, okay, the marriage is toxic in some way, let Kevin go. It's simple. I never said, okay, Britney is, a coke whore, or no, I never ever, went down that path, right? So with all that said, right, and you guys make your own conclusion. You guys make your own conclusion about, the drug abuse, the alleged drug abuse, and her shaving her hair to hide things. You guys can be the judge of that, right? But all I'm gonna say is that even though Britney is distant from those people, and even though I'm sure as hell that a lot of those people that would dare leak that information obviously don't give a damn about Britney. That's a fair opinion and assumption. But here's my problem. As a Britney Spears fan, I'm gonna say it proudly. If any of those rumors are true, if any of those rumors are true about Britney having any kind of, addiction or a substance abuse problem, or drug problem, if any of those rumors are true, and Britney has never been able to get help for that, for real, and she's never been able to get like therapy and stuff like that, and then you give Britney Spears like all this freedom, and like don't even treat her right, and don't even like help her, like don't even help her walk into this new found freedom she has. I don't want Britney to have, you know, a relapse. I don't want Britney to go back down that dark hole. And that's the only thing that I'm scared of, is that, you know, all the pressure, you know, all this energy rising around her, and then, you know, you just kind of throw Britney back into the lion's pen, you know, you throw her back out here, and no one knows, you know. Here's the thing, guys, here's the thing, no one knows how Britney's gonna act. You know, we don't know. We don't know what the difference is, because Britney has been under conservatorship. I hope I'm saying that word right. I don't think I am, but I hope I am. Britney has been under control for so long by, you know, so many different people. Not just her dad, but just so many different ways, right? That we don't even know how Britney would act without all those strings attached. So my only fear is that there is things that Britney needs to heal, and she's not even able to heal in a safe environment, because the people that are running the show and pulling the puppet strings are evil. You know, that is my concern. So I don't want Britney Spears, you know, if this goes in her favor, hopefully it does. I don't want this to, I don't want, you know, I don't, it sounds weird, but I don't want them to just kind of throw her into the lion's den. You know, I would like for her mother to protect her. I would like for Britney's mother to have somebody or a team around her that Britney hires herself to help guide her into, you know, handling all this money. Because the sad reality is that not everybody knows how to be sane and content and happy with a lot of money. You know, some people are the exact opposite. Including Cardi B and all those other celebrities I've read about, and I've read for you guys, Justin Bieber. I've done readings on those guys, many readings on those guys. I'll link it towards the end of the in the box. I've done readings on those celebrities. Okay, not every single celebrity is happy with being watched 24/7. Not every single celebrity has the mental capacity and a solid, you know, team, and is grounded enough to handle all that money. So I'm gonna humbly say this, nobody take this the wrong way. My only concern is that they're gonna give her, you know, they're just gonna push her back out here, you know, try to get her goosed up to go on tour and act all sexy and stuff, and then she's back where she was before. And not just back where she was before, but dead. And that is my feeling on it, is that, you know, you're throwing all this at Britney's way, you know, and if she's not all the way there, you feel me? You don't want her to relapse. You don't want her to get in the wrong crowd. And she's a grown woman. You know, the weird thing about it is Britney's grown. Britney's a grown woman. She has her own kids. So that shouldn't happen, right? But my only concern is that we're gonna get that times, you know, 50. You know, we're gonna, you know, we would get that whole meltdown era again. And this time, you know, no one will be able to control her, because guess, you know, she's completely free. Which I want her to be. I want her to have control over her own money. You know, no grown woman over 30, 20, period, should not be able to control her own money. But my only fear is that Britney is just not getting the help she needs, and everybody's focused on freedom, freedom, freedom. But what if there actually is a problem? Like, what if there actually is things that, you know, we are as fans not aware of? And because the industry is so grimy, she's not able to get help. So then in return, you know, we see a suicide, we see an overdose. I don't want that, okay? So, you know what? I'm glad that I made this video. I'm glad that I made this video. For the record, I'm a massive Britney fan, and on camera, right here live, on the 18th of September, I can tell you guys for a fact that this is how I feel. Okay? I don't want, so here's the thing. Here's the thing. If Britney dies suddenly, if Britney literally like can never like be fully functioning again, and something happens to her, don't say I didn't tell you guys. Like, I don't wish it upon her. I want Britney to be out here rocking the charts. Are you serious? Like, I miss Britney. Like, I think the other day I tweeted on Twitter, like, I want Britney music. I want Britney music, but right now it's not the right time. There's no time for that. But I'm just saying, guys. I'm just saying. We've seen too many celebrities with too much money and too much access go crazy, and quite frankly, the men that Britney Spears dates are not good for her. Okay, I've seen a pattern with Britney. I love Britney, but I've seen a pattern. The men, and it's not her fault. It's not her fault that she's attracting these leeches, but there's something within her she has to heal because, you know, a woman of that status should not be attracting, male gold diggers. Kevin Federline in some way, shape, or form was the male gold digger. That's what he was. He gave Britney kids and he bounced and he got out of there. So my thing is that Britney does not always have, the best romantic partners. The guy she's with now, I don't know. Just from the experience I've seen with Britney with men, it's normally not good. So my only problem is this is that, there's all these evil people, wanting to put her away, and then you have all these good people on her team not wanting to put her away. But in reality, it's about what Britney needs. It's about what Britney needs to heal inside and out and to be functioning and back on the charts and back out here, serving, real iconic teas. You feel me? So that's all I want for Britney is to be healthy. And the problem that I feel with this whole thing is that people that are, the people that are pulling the real strings in Britney's life, I think don't really understand Britney and are not really pure and are not really are not and probably aren't even listening to her. They're probably not even caring about her well-being. Let's be real. So yeah, guys, free Britney. My only concern is that we're gonna have some kind of tragedy. I have to say it on camera. My concern is that I'm gonna turn on the TV like I did with Michael Jackson, and I'm gonna see something about Britney Spears dead at 30 something. I don't want to see it, guys. I don't want anyone to come to you with this bullshit about Britney wasn't. No. If Britney has a problem, Britney needs to be healed. Britney needs to get help. So I would like for Britney to be able to get her freedom, and then with her freedom, get all the help she needs, all the support she needs, and be able to hire her own people by her own choice. That is, I think, the best solution. And forget the dad. Until the dad comes around, forget him. Britney Spears' mother and hopefully her sister. I mean, I heard things by her sister with her. I don't think are really really good. But Britney Spears' mom, that why was her mother ever out of the equation? That's my question. Why was Britney Spears' father even having his grubby hands on her money? Britney Spears' mother, her own mother, would know Britney better than anybody. The better than Britney knows herself. So Britney's mom needs to be in control. If they're not gonna give Britney all the keys to the castle, then at least have her mom help her in some way, guys. That's all I got, guys. God bless Britney Spears, and I hope we have no more tragedies. I can't take another. I can't, after Michael Jackson and all these other celebrities, I don't want to see. I don't want to see what I feel could happen. I don't want to see. I don't want to turn on the news and Britney Spears. I don't, guys. My heart would break. But I wouldn't be surprised. I wouldn't be surprised. But I just, the writing's on the wall, guys. So something needs to happen quick because I feel like Britney, is running out of time, and she needs help. So Godspeed, goddamn, Godspeed help to Britney Spears. Shit, girl. You were really you were Britney Spears was here, guys. You have to understand Britney Spears was like that girl, and she could be again. I believe that Britney Spears can come back, but she's got to get her help and she's got to be able to just live her life. And that's all we want for her as a Britney Spears fan. Forget the music. Forget the music. Like what's going on with her family right now, and the way she was looking with all that black eyeliner and black makeup on her. I've never liked it, guys. I've always seen Britney Spears, looking so aged. Britney Spears is still very young, guys. And a lot of her Instagram posts are very cryptic. A lot of her photographs look kind of deadly and ghostly to me. I'm just gonna keep it real, guys. Like a lot of pictures I see of Britney Spears, I'm like, she could pass her 50, like easily, and she's not even 40. Okay, so there's something there. I don't know if it's smoking. I don't want to judge her, but like I want Britney to get help because that's how I feel about it. I feel that Britney needs help. That's all I got, guys. Bye. Thank you for listening. Free Britney.